What if everything that you thought was separating top real estate agents from average ones was wrong? Not slightly off, actually wrong. And I've got the data to prove it. Because AI just finished analyzing 22 years of real estate agent phone calls, and there's 3 things in the data that you need to know. I asked my friend Justin Benson, founder of Shilo AI, to share what AI has learned about real estate agent conversations, and he's learned a lot. In fact, his AI has analyzed 22 years of talk time. Before Justin founded a prop tech company, he'd sold hundreds of homes. So he's not just some tech guy trying to disrupt the industry. He built Shilo to help agents use AI to help more people. And what Shilo does is it listens to agent calls and analyzes them, and then it surfaces what's actually happening inside the conversation. Before you ask, yes, I use Shilo AI in my business, but no, I didn't get paid to talk about it. It'd be kind of cool if I did, but I'm the one guy on YouTube who's not getting paid to hype trash. So here's what we found out.
We went into this because we realized, even though we don't know what AI will become when it grows up, we do know that this will be a constant in our industry. And it's something that agents need to consistently get better at. And it's a problem because at scale, if somebody's listening to this and they have 50 plus agents on their team, you can't hire enough sales managers to listen to those conversations, right? It becomes a worse problem as you continue to scale the invisible nature of the conversations that are happening in your organization.
Invisible, the invisible nature of conversations. And every coach and top producer panel you've ever heard has told you that real estate is a conversation business. But here's the thing, up until now, you had no way of knowing what that actually means. Do you have more conversations? Do you have longer conversations? Do you have better conversations? Until AI, this was always a guessing game. But now, we can tell you exactly how many conversations to have, how long to have them, and how to have the best conversation.
The perfect call is basically made up of 3 different ingredients. So it is being able to ask at least 2 discovery questions, at a bare minimum, 2 discovery questions, set a defined next step, and stay on the phone for 3 or more minutes. And those 3 ingredients together create higher conversion rates than anything else that exists in conversations. Those 3 matter the most out of everything else. And the 3, you don't focus on the 3 minutes thing. You don't just try to keep people on the phone. The 3 minutes is a side effect of you asking good discovery questions.
2 discovery questions, a defined next step, and 3 minutes of talk time. None of that's revolutionary. It's like what your grandma used to tell you as a kid, that eventually science proved to be true. What's different here about this actual real estate data is that it's no longer just a successful coach or agent's opinion. These are the facts. And the discovery question piece is worth slowing down on. That's because most agents have a complicated relationship with objections. They hear the word objection and they think conflict.
And why are discovery questions necessary? Because we're trying to get objections to show up, right? And people have this negative connotation in their mind of like what an objection is. They're like, oh, that's somebody yelling at me or something. That's not what a common objection is. A common objection is, hey, Eric, you trying to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months? And they say, oh, yeah, but interest rates are pretty high right now, and I don't think I can afford it. Okay, guess what that did? It just set you up to become the problem solver, the subject matter expert. Then you could go, well, I actually just sold a house to somebody at like a 4% interest rate in a new build community because the builder was willing to buy down their rate. So it actually exists out there if you're interested in living those areas. Is that something that would be interesting to you? Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Now you're trusted, right, at that point.
The objection is the opening. It's providing the context. And that mindset shift, it's easy to say, but apparently it's hard to execute on because the data shows that most avoid it entirely. But Justin said there's something a lot more troubling that agents are avoiding.
It's like 82% of calls that flow through Shilo don't have a defined next step attached to them. And it is like an atrocious amount of revenue being left behind, actually.
82% of calls without a commitment. No defined next step, just threats to follow up sometime and to talk soon, and maybe I'll send you some listings. Maybe it's not just a prospecting problem. This shows up all the way through the entire conversation process.
If somebody has a really high, say, contract fall through rate, we're able to diagnose that with Shilo, actually find out that they're leaving anxious loops open in people's heads and they're just bailing during inspection periods all the time, right? So instead of saying, oh yeah, the roof needs repair, let me go call a few people and I'll get back to you. No, it's, hey, I'm going to go call this roofer that I love and trust, and he's freaking awesome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out exactly how much it would cost to fix this problem. And I'll update you in an hour, whether I hear back or not.
You see, when people don't have a defined next step, what they have is silence. And psychology says that silence gets filled with worst case scenarios. Like the FBI, they use defined next steps in hostage negotiations because of this. Because when the next contact is undefined, people spiral. But when you give people a specific time for the next conversation, you give them something to hold on to, and that's something other than fear.
A restaurant owner basically said he had a 30% no-show rate, right? Really, really high. And he changed his confirmation sequence from, hey, Eric, awesome, I got you guys down for a reservation at 4 o'clock. Call us if you need to cancel. He changed it to, hey, Eric, I got us written down for 4 o'clock for your reservation. Will you call us if you need to cancel? And waited for them to say yes. And that yes response, that commitment, that defined commitment, decreased it to 10% no-show rate overnight, right? So it's an actual psychological phenomena that happens in humans where when they say that they're going to do something out loud, they're way more likely to actually follow through with the thing. We have hardcore stats now that show that hey, if you're trying to find a leading indicator in your conversations, the number one thing to focus on is setting a defined next step in your first 3 interactions with a new person. And why does that matter? Because it increases your baseline, not appointment set rate, your close rate by 60%. So if your close rate was 1% with that lead source, if you can set a defined next step within the first 3 interactions with that person, meaning time-bound, committed, not next, let's follow up next week, nothing like that. How's Tuesday at 4 o'clock sound for you? Now your closing percentage is 1.6 on that lead source, actually, right? So it's a very drastic lift on that side. And we're able to put the science to the things that a lot of people have kind of known in the industry, which actually allows people to trust it inherently, opposed to this friction of happening between, well, that my team leader, my sales coach or whatever, that's just their opinion, It's oh no, it's not actually their opinion. Here's the data to prove it to you.
One subtle change, but a big change in results. Getting commitment for next steps, it's something simple that you can implement in your business today to improve your performance by 60%. But that's not the only simple change that you can make. Shilo's AI data tells us exactly what the top performers do differently to be top performers.
On a monthly basis, the average agent is making about an hour to an hour and a half of phone calls a month, actually. So that is not very many phone calls. Then that's connected call time, obviously. That doesn't count dials that didn't get picked up and things like that, right? The most successful agents hover somewhere between that 8 to 10 hour mark per month, actually.
1.5 hours a month versus 10. That's the gap between average and top producer. Not total work hours, but total talk time. And 8 to 10 hours a month, that's just 2.5 hours a week, or 5% of a standard working month. You're just dedicating 5% of a month to conversations and lapping the field. And that's the good news, is it's not that complicated. It doesn't require hustle culture. It doesn't require you giving up on the things that you care about, but it is the single highest leverage activity in your business. And now the data proves it. So the data tells us what's happening. But here's where Shilo's AI does something brand new. After it surfaces the insights, it builds a feedback loop. It gives you the evidence of what happened on your call, and then it gives you the feedback and the coaching to practice and role play that call all over again.
It doesn't just tell you set a next step, right? We actually give a replacement. Hey, here's what you should have said within context of the conversation and within context of your personality and how you speak, right? So it doesn't feel disingenuous to the human being. The learning loop for us, the best way I can say it is looking at your score and feedback from an individual. That is watching the game film, basically, watching the film of your last game, basically, if you're as a sports analogy, right? But then what happens after that? After watching the game film, we take the things that we learned that were not so great that maybe we even thought that we were doing great, but we're watching the playback and we're oh, actually, I'm not as good as I thought at that. You take it onto the practice field. That's the role play engine, right? And then you practice, you get better. And then what do you got to do next? You got to go play another game. And then the cycle returns, right? So that is that feedback loop to keep people improving all the time. And nobody is immune to it.
As agents, we've all been told for decades that conversations are the job. And we nodded along and we agreed. We knew something to be true, but we didn't have the evidence to prove it. And now it just hits differently, because for the first time we know 8 out of 10 calls have no commitment for a next step, that the typical agent spends barely more than an hour of talk time a month, and that less than 2% of calls meet that 5-star threshold. That's not just an opinion of some guru. That's 22 years of conversation data actually showing the evidence.
How much courage do you have to be honest with yourself directly correlates to how much you grow as a human being. And this stuff is just part of that,